Right, dab again, Mum. It's like lightning bolt.
It's like you say bolt.
It is Saturday. It is a new week. And where are we going, girls?
PQA.
PQA. Kelly's just getting in the car. And off we go. Oh, it's really hot today. How hot does it say? It's not 24 degrees.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 24 degrees. So on a Saturday, obviously we always take the girls to PQA. And then today we've got to go to B&M afterwards. Because we need some bits from there. And then I think it'll be back to sit in the garden. And tonight we are going to Charter Hall in Colchester to watch Here Come the Girls, which Diane Buswell and a few others are in from Strictly Come Dancing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be good. I hope it's not too hot. Look at these. Like little, what do you call it? Set for when you have barbecues and stuff. Which would be hard for us because we don't have a barbecue that works. Well, if we can't find another one, we'll have to have that one. This one will be alright. £2.99. See if there's any others. I'll hold on to it just in case.
That's it. I think so.
No. She'll have that one then. It hasn't got like a lid on it or anything though, has it? Mirrors in the garden are brilliant. Creepy statues. Right, we've just arrived. We are now looking for a space to park, disabled space. I don't know what they're waiting for. There's a queue of people over there.
Oh, that's what I'm
Who knows?
Oh, there's one here, look, right in front. Here, John. Where you going?
Disabled there.
Yeah.
He's reversing into it.
Oh,
Calm down.
Calm down. Yeah, but
It's a
he
car
doesn't
park.
listen to me. And
He's listening to you, but he knows what he's doing.
It's
yeah, but he
what do you
doesn't
call
tell
it?
me. If he
Going
said
on.
it's all right, I've seen it.
drama going on. Drama.
Because he knows it winds you.
Look, they're all queuing up. Do you reckon they're queuing up for the thing already?
Must be fans.
So,
We're at McDonald's now, waiting for our dinner. There's already a queue to get in, but there's plenty of seats. Mark's getting all the sauces and salt. So we've had a McDonald's. Now we're waiting in a very, very, very long line to get in. 10 minutes till the doors open. So it could be interesting. Oh, it's moving. We're moving. We're moving.
Gonna be out of the sun.
We're in. Look, this is the stage. So it's just like 4 backdrops. And there's the program. Diane.
I'm gonna take a deep breath. Gonna hold my head up back and look you straight in the eye. I'm gonna flirt with somebody when they walk by.
Right, dab again, Mum. It's like lightning bolt.
It's just like you saying bolt. I'll do the dictionary.
Right, so we finished the show. Well, we haven't finished the show. We finished watching the show. That'd finish me off if I tried to do that.
Been a hard cut around.
And I managed to film some of it, so hopefully you got that. And now we're just coming for a drink because we've got to pick Poppy up, but she's still at the cinema at the moment with Mark's sister.
Lobster cocktail.
Mark's talking about food.
Drinks.
Mum's talking about nuts.
Cup of tea.
Triple chocolate brownie.
You could have that.
Brownie, I said that.
Here comes Dad. Good afternoon. It is Sunday. Hope you enjoyed the clips from last night. We had a nice time, but I'm shattered now. 0 spoons today. We're just going to go for a little look around a garden centre because I found a voucher that I got for Christmas that I hadn't used. So I've got the wheelchair. I think that'll be my mode of transport today. And yeah, have a little look round and a cup of tea. Pretty flowers. Oh, they smell lovely. I wish I had smell-o-vision on here.
I can't smell.
You can't smell it?
My nose is blocked.
Oh. Carrot cake, cup of tea. Look at the size of that sausage roll. I've got to focus in on it. It's so big. Huge.
A foot long.
Foot-long sausage roll.
Foot long. He's got the foot long.
Good afternoon. And you, Eve? Hello, Eve. I know you want to get in there, but you can't. Evie's right by the door, so don't let her in. It's right out the way, Eve. No, you can't go in there. It's a Guineas, isn't it? It is Monday today. Right, I'm coming in and I'm gonna. No, Eve, out. Guineas bath time anyway. Let's get to that bit. There's the towel. Have you found the shampoo?
Yeah. Is there any more water?
No, that's fine.
Okay. I'm going to take my tie because I've already got dipped in there.
Nice. Toff, you having a bath?
Alice has got like no hair left on her bum.
Oh, Alice, you lost your hair, mate.
I brought the brush up so we can brush them.
Have you lost your hair?
Toff, what
You'll
are
have to get it all out of the bath afterwards as well.
What are you doing?
Toffy's going swimming.
I'm having some exercise.
Alice is trying to get out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let me out of here!
She doesn't.
Toff!
Are you okay?
Did you enjoy that, you two?
No, no.
No, not really.
I'm just gonna do
Not really. Don't know what's going on, to be honest. Yeah, so we're just giving the guineas a bath, and there's a reason for that. Because Alice is losing a lot of her hair, and when I researched it, it said that it's because she's got like either mites or fleas or something. So they recommended she had a bath, and then I've bought some flea treatment as well for them both, so hopefully that will help with the hair loss, but they hate having a bath. So today I did a dance workout this morning. It was only 10 minutes, but that was enough. I sweated buckets, but I'm going to put it on the description down below so that if you fancy having a go, you can. And then I took Poppy for a hospital appointment, which all went well, and she's got to have a few tests. So that's about it today. Okay, so it's much later now on Monday, but do you remember that female blackbird that had something on its beak and was making a real racket? It's returned. It's up the back, and I've seen it a few times, so I think it must have a nest around here somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Just there. It's not going to sing now. It's been chirping away. There you go. Where are you? It hasn't got something in its beak now anyway. I tell you what, I think I'm the luckiest girl alive. Story is, I left this camera out accidentally in the rain night before last, and when I tried to get it to work, it wouldn't, and it was just blurry picture. And I thought, how am I going to do the vlog? Today we're going to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. That's Mark drilling next door because he's doing their boiler. So yeah, and I thought, I don't know, I'm gonna have to do it on my phone, it's gonna be terrible. And my dad said, put the camera in the airing cupboard and just see. And I did that overnight and it's working. How lucky am I? So guess what? I can still film today. And it is Wednesday. I really didn't know what day it was when I woke up this morning, but it's definitely Wednesday. And we're off to London to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child with Holly. So come with us. Look at that. Chicken strips and chips, and Holly's got chicken burger and chips. Yum. Now in the black cab going to the Palace Theatre, which is where Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is. And had lunch, full up, stuffed. I made a bit of an error, and I was like, I'm not very hungry, I'm just going to have some chicken strips. So I ordered some fries and coleslaw with it, didn't know that it came with it. So we had like double fries and coleslaw, but we didn't eat it all, did we? No. And we're going to the theatre. We're here. It's over there. Can you see? Oh, walk now. We're walking. We're walking to Harry Potter. Go Holly, go Holly. Harry Potter. 8, 7, 6, and then you get splattered. Alright, I don't know if you can see the stage. That is the stage. Very, very dark, obviously, because it's Harry Potter. And we're ready. I don't know if you can see us. Very excited. Just made some purchases. Now we're waiting for it to start. So we've seen the show, and the show was, well, I don't know about you holes, but I think it's the best thing I've ever seen. It was just, the magic tricks and things were just, well, out of this world. And now we're just heading back to the station to get the train home. This is a look in it. Look at this. Sunglasses, hair turban, brilliant. It is Thursday today, I had to think then, and I have been to art therapy. I had to take Holly for a doctor's appointment this morning, dropped her off at the station, and then I went to art therapy. And I was a bit dubious, like I said last time, that, you know, I wasn't sure about it. And this time we just kind of chatted, really, just chatting. She gave me some really good tips about pain, so I'll give you one of them. Like in the evenings and sometimes during the day, the tops of my feet are so painful, like pins and needles painful. So she said just to put your hand gently on top of it and just mindfully tell your body that it's okay, it's going to be okay. And I'm really into mindfulness, so I'm going to give that a go, and I'm going to let you know how I get on. And if you suffer from chronic pain, try it too. It might not go, it might still be there, but it's just telling your body that it's going to be okay, because it's not your body's fault. You can't blame your body. It's the illness that's done it, not your body. Your body's trying desperately to keep up with it all. Does anyone else suffer with excessive sweating, with fibro? Because I have since I first became ill. I just need to do one thing and I just like sweat pours off me. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But anyway, what I'm doing now is I am looking at my Harry Potter programme. I want to read it a bit more in depth for yesterday. I'm still in shock over yesterday's show. I just don't know. It feels like, was that a dream? Did that actually happen? I don't know. Supposed to have choir tonight, but I shall see how I feel, because I'm very, very tired and my body is very much on the verge of a flare. I can feel it tingling and bubbling, so I'm trying to be a bit careful now. I'm not going to do a fibro section this week. I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a bit of a in-depth look at my counselling over the years, because I haven't just had counselling for when I've got ill. I've had counselling when I was a child. I've had counselling when I had my girls. So I thought tomorrow I'm going to talk to you a bit about that. Good afternoon. Welcome to Friday. It's Friday. Oh, I've got a hair. There you go. Yes, so I thought on this Friday, whatever you want to call it, I would talk to you about my counselling experience that I've had in my life, because I've had a fair few, so it's not just been this one. So I'll start at the beginning. I had child therapy when I was younger. My parents split up when I was sort of a young teenager, and it hit us all hard, but I think that's why I went to counselling. I think it was before it was after my dad left, but it might have been before, I can't remember, but I think it's because when my dad left I found it hard to cope, and that counselling in particular I hated. I had to sit with this man, very nice man, and I can still visualise his face and everything about him, but he used to just sit there and just look at me and not ask me anything, not speak to me, just wait for me to talk. And I felt so uncomfortable. I just sat in this chair and I thought, please just swallow me up, because as a child, especially someone going through a tough time, you're not just going to sit there and blurt it all out. That's why you're there. So I don't know what sort of therapy he was doing, but I did not like it. And then he put me in like this child group therapy session where I was put in a group with all these other young teenage children who had problems for different reasons. And we had to go around and say our names. And then I remember one group, he was like saying that we're like the A-team. I don't know if you ever used to watch the A-team. I'm going back a long time now. And he was saying who he thinks each person was like. And I think he said I was like Face. I think that was his name. But it was just really weird, and I didn't like it. The only reason I really went was because Mum bought me a bag of chips on the way home. Sorry, been distracted. I have got a whole ceiling in this conservatory full of hoverflies, and I'm not sure if I can kind of show you. There's one, but they're all over the place. Right, had a bit of an interlude there because my battery died. So I had to wait for it to charge up. But anyway, us and the hoverflies will carry on. There's more now. I'm getting a bit worried about the amount of hoverflies in here, but never mind. They don't hurt you, so. So yeah, went through my counselling that I couldn't stand when I was younger, and then I didn't have any counselling until I had both my girls. So after I had Holly, I had postnatal depression, and after I had Poppy, I had postnatal depression. I think reason being with Holly and Poppy was that I didn't really know anyone in the village. I didn't know anyone with children that I could meet up and share experiences. I constantly thought I was a bad mum because I didn't know what they wanted. Everyone was like, oh, you'll know what each cry means. I didn't. I hadn't got a clue. I was just winging it. So I don't know, there was a lot of combinations, a lot of reasons why I got postnatal depression after both of them, but I did. And after I had Poppy, it was quite severe. Not anything to do with Poppy, so don't think, you know, it's not Poppy's fault, it's just that's how my body reacted. So I had counselling then, cognitive behavioural therapy, I had to think of it then, CBT. I had that after having Poppy, and it was really funny because at first I just didn't want to know, and I kept saying, like, she was like, oh, how can we turn that into a positive? And she was quite a funny little woman. She's very good at her job, but she was very, you know, precise and to the point, and let's turn that into a positive. And I was not in the right frame of mind to be talking positive, and I went, no, you know, I felt like shouting at her, F positive, I don't want to be positive, I want to be negative, because that's all I am at the moment. By the end of it, I was saying everything. I could think of one negative thing, and I could think of at least 10 positives out of that negative thing. So I completely turned my mindset around, which was brilliant, and that's how cognitive behavioural therapy should work. So that was my second lot of counselling. Then my third lot of counselling was when I first got ill. So it was probably beginning of 2017, because 2016 is when I got ill, but it took until then to realise that, well, why I went was because of the girls. I took the girls because I thought they were having a really hard time with coming to terms with the fact that, you know, I was so different now to how I was. I wasn't the same mummy. So we took them to Kids Inspire, and I didn't know that they wanted to see me as well, and I actually ended up there longer than they did. They were only there a few months, I was there like over a year. So yeah, that really saved my life, because I had come to the point where I thought, if my life is going to be like this for forever, I don't want to live it. I don't want it, and I couldn't see a way out of it. So without that, I might not have been here, which is quite a hard thing to say, but it's the truth. So counselling is very important, and there's all different types of counselling. That was trauma counselling. I've had a lot of trauma in my life. I'm not going to go into detail about it now, but I hadn't had those traumas worked through. So that's what my counsellor did at Kids Inspire. She worked through all the traumas of my life, and it doesn't take them away. It doesn't take the fact that it's happened to me. It just takes that trauma out of my body. So yeah, I had that for 12 months, which was great. And then she decided to stop it, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready, because it was like my safety blanket. And we wrote a list together of all the ways of, like, I can remember how to cope with everything, but I don't know, I just felt really abandoned, I suppose. So then recently I'd felt really low again, and I'd been having a few meltdowns on Mark, and I just thought, I don't know, I think maybe it's time to contact my counsellor at Kids Inspire again, because she's actually the head of Kids Inspire as well, which is handy, and just see if I can go back and have a chat with her, which is what I did, and I just ended up crying for the whole session. And she suggested this art therapy because she wanted to approach it in a different way, plus that she's really, really busy. So it meant going to a different counsellor. So this is my fourth counsellor I've had in my life, and she's very nice, very different to the one I had before, but like I say, I'm still on the fence as regards to art therapy. I don't know how that's going to go, but this week was okay, and we just chatted, and then I had to do like a gingerbread man drawing and write on there where how my body felt at that moment in one colour, and then where my pain is in another colour, like generally. So that's all we did art wise, but we chatted most of the time, and I didn't get upset this week. I felt quite good this week. I felt like I haven't needed to get upset, and there's nothing wrong with getting upset. I'm molting, look, my hair is just falling out. There's nothing wrong with showing your emotions and getting upset. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I personally have felt happier, so I didn't feel the need to cry or, you know, rant and rave about anything. So anyway, that is my counselling story, and I just thought I'd share it with you so that you don't think that this is the only counselling I've ever had. I'm a bit of a pro at it. But I'm not scared to ask for it either, because it's important, if you feel like you need help, is to ask for it. So anyway, I'm going to end the vlog here this week because we've got lots going on this weekend. I haven't even looked at the calendar for next week. But hopefully... Oh, I want to do a house update with you as well on where we are with selling the house and all that kind of stuff. So I'll do that with you next week. So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done already. Hit that thumbs up. And I shall see you all next week. Bye.